Hello, I am Aditya Shiva from Professional Education Services. I've been teaching here for the last 2 years. In the previous video, we were dealing with the impulse turbines. So there we covered up to power generated, the equation for power generated and the work done we did with Euler energy equation. So in this lecture, we will be dealing with efficiency and condition for maximum efficiency and the working proportions of the impulse turbine. Now, power supplied to the inlet is in the form of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half mv square. Since we know m is equal to rho a c1 and v at the inlet is c1, that is absolute jet velocity at the inlet. So when we do the mathematical manipulations, we have this equation for hydraulic efficiency. Next, we have to derive the equation condition for maximum efficiency. At what particular inlet parameters we will have a turbine working at optimum condition, that is best efficiency. Now, we have the inlet velocity of the jet fixed. Then we have the outlet blade angle also fixed by design. Therefore, it is only dependent on the blade speed u, because when we rotate the shaft, we have the capacity to change the speed of the shaft's rotation. Therefore, it is all solely dependent upon the blade speed u1. So when we differentiate the hydraulic efficiency with respect to u and equate it to 0, we obtain this condition: u is equal to c1 by 2. So I'll repeat it here. We have fluid velocity at the inlet fixed by virtue of nozzle. Then we have the blade diameter, blade design angle also fixed by construction and design. So the only component that is left is the rotational speed. If we change the rotational speed, we have a different blade velocity. Therefore, u is the only component which determines the efficiency of the turbine, which varies the efficiency of the turbine. So when we differentiate this expression with respect to u and equate it to 0, we have u is equal to c1 by 2. So let us say your inlet jet comes with 10 meters per second. If your bucket speed, blade speed is half of it, that is 5 meters per second, you will have maximum efficiency. Maximum efficiency is given by this relation 1 plus cos beta by 2. So maximum efficiency is solely dependent upon the exit blade angle. Next, we have wheel efficiency. We initially considered all the nozzle and the blade set to be as one. However, we can split it into the wheel and the nozzle, and we have two expressions for wheel and nozzle efficiency also. The expressions are listed as below. Next, in practice, we have something called working proportion. That is, what sort of thumb rules do engineers follow in order to design the Pelton wheel? So we have the inlet jet velocity as CV into root 2GH. CV is the coefficient of velocity, varies between 0.95 and 0.99. Bucket velocity, we have U1 is KU into root 2GH, where KU is the speed ratio. It varies between 0.45 and 0.5. Now, the jet is deflected across the bucket of the Pelton wheel. So this deflection angle is taken between 160 and 170 degrees. Jet ratio. We need to calculate how many jets we require and how many buckets we require. So we use a concept called jet ratio, which is the ratio of the jet wheel dia, the turbine wheel dia, to the diameter of the jet. usually between 12 and 14. The number of buckets required is given by 15 plus 0.5 m. And finally, the number of jets required is the total discharge divided by the individual jet discharge. The last part of the working proportions is the runaway speed. Sometimes, suddenly when the load, that is the governor that is used to govern the turbine, or the braking is lifted of the turbine, suddenly all the inlet velocity is converted to blade velocity. So there won't be any energy generated by the turbine. This is what we call runaway speed. This runaway speed is calculated using this relation, NR is equal to CV by KU into N, where N is your operating speed. Typically, NR is taken to be 1.87 times the operating speed, taking into account the windage and frictional losses. So this is about the Pelton turbine. In next class, we will be discussing about reaction turbines. The first part, that is radial flow reaction turbine, or Francis turbine.